Ooh, check this out. This Transformers game is on clearance for 10 bucks. We'll be able to profit $8 on that. Ooh, they also have this complete Zelda GameCube game for 70. I recently sold that guy on Amazon for around 110, which will be about a $20 profit after fees. And oh my gosh, how did I not see a clearance game right next to it? The Ultimate Edition of Far Cry 6. This game is going for $82 after fees on Amazon for a $32 profit. But folks, that $60 profit isn't just for my bank account. It actually has a very specific purpose. Let me explain. Last October, I sold off my entire old Switch collection in order to fund the renovation of this game room. And ever since then, I have been rebuilding my Switch collection one game at a time, all while only using expected profit from flips along the way. But somehow, in the 6 or 7 episodes of this Mission Switch series that I've filmed up until this point, I have not been able to collect my favorite game of all time, Zelda Breath of the Wild. But today, I have a game plan. And that plan is I just pulled up to this video game store that I've never been to before. And since we had such a killer first stop and we already have $60 in our Switch budget, I'm really optimistic that we'll be able to find something good in here. But actually today, what I didn't tell you guys is I'm looking for more than just Breath of the Wild. I've got a list of 4 other games or categories of games that I'm looking for today. So today's actually gonna be a little bit of a Switch scavenger hunt. We'll see how much stuff we can actually come away with. Folks, I'm very quickly realizing this place is way bigger than I expected, but most importantly, they have a huge Switch section. I mean, there's seriously enough games in this case, like I might be able to complete my entire list right here if we can find enough profit. And as I'm looking around elsewhere, I'm seeing a lot of potential over here in the amiibo case. I mean, what video game store just has an entire case full of amiibos? This is crazy. There's actually a $160 pair right down there. That's wild. And look at this, another full case just for Gundams. And oh, look at this, Tomy Pokemon figures from the 90s. Dang, the watercolor style of these really brings me back. They've also got just shelves and shelves of Pops right here, and oh my gosh, look at this. A Wii U kiosk. I already saw the Switch one over there earlier. I feel like I could honestly rubberneck in here forever, but folks, we are on a mission right now. I've got my very fancy double-sided list of stuff that I'm looking for. And look at this, folks, I can already see some copies of Breath of the Wild right down here. I'm really looking for something complete though, so we'll see if we can find one in these stacks here at all. Also keep in mind, I'm always looking for more video games of any kind that are underpriced to flip so that we can keep building that Switch budget. And folks, are you seeing what I'm seeing already? One of the games on our list, Mario Party Superstars. This one is sealed for $45. Honestly, not a bad deal at all. I'm gonna see if I can find an open copy though for a little bit less, because ultimately I'm gonna open all of these games. And folks, I have spotted it. The unicorn of the Nintendo Switch series, Breath of the Wild Complete. Looks like they've got a price of $38 on it, I believe, which honestly is not bad at all. And oh, it's right above another one that we need. Right there, Mario Party Superstars. This one's priced at $40, which is great. But folks, at this point, we do run into a problem because that's $78 worth of games and we've only got a $60 budget right now. So I'm actually gonna start looking up some of these amiibos, which have historically done really well for me on Amazon, and see if we can find anything worth flipping in here that could help us build our budget. Because if any of you guys don't know, we're trying to build this entire Switch collection with no money out of pocket. All right, so folks, I just did a ton of looking up stuff here in this amiibo case. If we want to get those 2 games that I mentioned before, the Breath of the Wild and the Mario Party, we need $18 more in profit. And after a ton of scanning and research, I did find this Gunner amiibo right here for 30 bucks, which should get me 46 after fees on Amazon. And that puts us at like 2 more bucks that we would have needed to buy both games. But then I spied something really interesting. Maybe some of you guys have already spotted it, but that brand new pixel art Link amiibo amiibo is a super great deal at 20 bucks. Check this out on Amazon, $59, and that's after fees. And even though those were the only two profitable amiibos that I could find, it's fantastic that we have a $57 surplus right now because there are more games from the list that I still want to buy here. Specifically these three right here, Mario Kart 8, a limited run game, and something that I've never played. Now believe it or not folks, I looked and looked, I could not find a single copy of Mario Kart 8 in this entire case. So we're going to have to see if we can find that at a different stop, but I did spy something else. It's this copy of Doom 64, which is, you can see in the corner, a limited run game. And at 35 bucks, it's honestly not a bad deal. The thing is, I'm just not that interested in Doom 64, and I don't believe they have any other limited run stuff in this case, so we may have to save that one for a future stop as well. So for our list, that leaves us with something I've never played, and for that, we have plenty of options. For example, in just this stack, I've never played Grand Theft Auto, I've never played Rabbids, oh, my finger's focusing. I've never played The Binding of Isaac, I've never played well, I might have played Ni no Kuni. I honestly can't remember if I have. I've never played Splatoon 3, I've never played Mario Strikers. Ooh, that honestly could be a really good contender. I've been wanting to play that game for a long time, but honestly, so far in this challenge, we've just never had the budget. And as I've been looking at the rest of the case, oh geez, sorry about that. A couple different games have caught my eye, but for very different reasons. One of them is Dragon Quest Builders, which I've seen a lot of gameplay of, and I kind of have an idea of what the game's about, but I've never played it. And the other is Octopath Traveler, which I've heard really good things about, but in reality, I have no idea what the game's about. But the thing is, Dragon Quest Builders is actually still $60, which is a little bit outside of our range, and I haven't been able to find any other flippable stuff, which pretty much narrows our decision down to either Mario Strikers or Octopath Traveler. Mario, Octopath. Mario, Octopath, Octopath, Mario, Mario, or Octopath Strikers. Traveler, Traveler Strikers. Wow, folks, what an absolutely incredible stop. Not only because we get to cross off Mario Party Superstars from the list, but also, Editor Riff, can I get a drum roll, please? Octopath Traveler, which is a game I have somehow never played before. But we also came away with my all-time favorite game, Zelda Breath of the Wild. 2 months, folks, into the Mission Switch series to finally get the game that's responsible for getting me back into gaming. This is just, it's probably making me more happy than it should, I'll be honest. And the craziest thing is we've still got 2 items left on our list and at least 2 stops to go. Oh, day number 53 of giving Chipotle free advertising until they sponsor me. Chipotle, please respond to my emails. And folks, I need your honest feedback on this one because it's been 2 years. Is this just a stupid idea? Is this a futile goal of this channel? I'm starting to doubt myself. Okay, these next couple stops are actually gonna work out super well. Right now I'm heading into Half Price Books, which is the same store that I went to in the first place to try to find stuff to flip. The only problem is they oftentimes don't have a very big Switch selection. But the good news is right next door, we happen to have a GameStop. So if we are able to build up the budget a little bit more, we can just take it right next door and see if we can find a limited run Switch game and or Mario Kart 8. Those are the 2 things we're still looking for. And if we can build up even more of a budget and buy more games, I won't be complaining. So folks, we currently have, I believe, $17 left in our Switch fund, if I'm not mistaken. And right off the bat, I am seeing a couple Switch games in this case here, Shield and Odyssey. We already have Odyssey. I believe the Pokemon game that we have already is actually Pokemon Sword, but I don't really have much of a desire to get Shield at this stage in the challenge when there are just so many other games that we don't have already. But ooh, I am spying something in the back there. Believe it or not, especially this time of year, Guitar Hero Metallica can do really well on Amazon. Let's scan it with the seller app and see if my hunch was correct. Ooh, look at that, folks. It was $50 after fees and we'll only pay $35. I looked up all of the other games on this shelf off camera and none of them actually are underpriced enough to be worth flipping. But when I made my way down to this shelf, I saw this Castlevania game for $50, which, assuming it's complete, which it may not be, it may be missing the manual, I should be able to get $75 after fees for it. And folks, I just realized I have no idea what I've been sitting in. I'm gonna get up now. Just kidding, I'm actually going back down to the floor again because look at this. Do you guys see this? Did you spot this earlier? A sealed game that's actually marked as sealed. Oftentimes used game places like this won't necessarily differentiate between sealed and used. Sealed makes a huge difference for me, so let's see what that game is going for on Amazon. But yep, and folks, exactly, just as I expected, $37 after fees in new condition for this game on Amazon because people just aren't very price sensitive on there. That game normally in used condition is like $5 maybe, like $2 to $5 game. They have this one priced at $20, so I believe the profit on that would bring our total up to like $74, which is killer. But before we head to GameStop to see if they have Mario Kart 8 or something from Limited Run, I want to take a look around the rest of the video game section and maybe the DVDs to see if we can build our Switch budget up a little bit more and maybe get into the realm of getting a bonus game. For example, this Wavebird controller right here would have been a good deal at 40 bucks, except it does have no receiver. Also, folks, check this out, what I just found. This is crazy. This memory card here with this PlayStation bundle caught my eye. One, because I think normally it's for PS2, but also I was like, is that a special edition memory card or something? It says 1,000 arms. It has a 1,000 arms sticker on it. And so of course I looked it up, and apparently that sticker is part of a set that came with the 1,000 arms PlayStation game. And someone sold that unused sticker set, not even the game, mind you, just the stickers, for $60. It's that kind of thing that like in the resale business, it really pays to be curious. Not worth it on this one, but maybe in the future. And folks, right under it, look at this. This could actually be really good. This is an Xbox One Special Edition Halo 5 controller. This one is priced like a normal controller, but oftentimes special editions will go for a lot more, so let's look it up. Yeah, look at that, folks, $50 price tag, expected after fees value of over $100. That's insane.
And that's how I became rich.
And that gives us a whopping $150 Switch budget going into GameStop, which could come in super clutch. Because trust me when I say some of the rarer limited run Switch games can get super expensive. All right, what are the odds? What are the odds, folks, that this GameStop has both a used complete copy of Mario Party 8 and something from Limited Run? Put your guesses in the comments. Oh, and tickle the subscribe button while you're at it.
Stop it.
Apparently all of this yellow sticker stuff is 25% off still, which is sweet. And I think their non-game stuff, like their figures, are actually like 50% off of clearance price. Like this Mario guy here, apparently, $35, 50% off. Pretty not bad. Ooh, looks like they've got all of their clearance games over here. Epic Chef. This one we've seen before. This one we actually got in our last episode for the collection. Okay, looks like we've got all the brand new titles over here. Not interested in those, just looking at the used. It does look like they're alphabetical. Ooh, Hades I would definitely be interested in. Oh no, they do have it, but it has no case. Dang it. And unfortunately, I'm also not seeing any limited run titles, which I guess I really shouldn't be surprised about. I don't know how many they would really get in a GameStop. But boy, the longer I look, the more I realize I may actually have to make a unexpected speed stop at another game store on the way home. And folks, the reason I say speed stop is what I didn't tell you about today is I'm actually in another city right now. I'm over an hour away from my house and I have to get back tonight for a small group white elephant party. By the way, my idea for it is we have this massive concrete lawn ornament that was left at our house by the previous owners of Francis of Assisi that I want to wrap up as a gift.
That sounds really dumb and there's a reason you have no friends.
Anyways, the point is it's gonna take a while and I'm an hour away from home, so we've got to rush. Luckily, the closest game exchange was right nearby, and since we already have the $150, we don't really have to worry a ton about flipping stuff. Although you guys know me, I might not be able to help myself. Okay, I actually did find something that's priced at $20 and it's $45 after fees, but I've got to stay focused. Okay, so the easiest thing to do is look right down here at the spines and see if we can spot anything from Limited Run. They are the kind of games that tend to get snatched up pretty quick, so you do kind of have to get a little lucky with it. So looking up here, Gigantosaurus. Shoot, folks. This is the last row up here and I'm still not seeing anything. Folks, I think this may be the end of the road for the Limited Run games, but we do still also need Mario Kart 8. So let's see, we've got, I think they're alphabetized, L, N, no, My Hero, shoot, and any other, no. Folks, I don't understand it. We've gone to multiple game stores today. How do none have a complete used copy of Mario Kart 8? I am slowly coming to the realization that unfortunately our list today is going to go incomplete. We're not going to be able to check off the last 2 items, but the good news is we've still literally got $150 to spend on Switch games, and I think they have some pretty excellent stuff here. For example, okay, maybe not that bad example. Pokemon Snap, a great option for any collection. Unfortunately, we do already have that one. This one's actually interesting. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I think this is in the top 20 best-selling Switch games of all time. That said, it's really just kind of a watered-down version of the original Pokemon. It incorporates like Pokemon Go capture elements, which is cool, but like it doesn't really thrill me. Ooh. Folks, I just spotted a sleeper on the top shelf. This bad boy right here, Clubhouse Games 51 World Classics. You might not believe me, but this is a multiplayer game, which I really love, and there literally are 51 games on here, and most of them are actually pretty decent. I mean, it's stuff like, you know, chess and Othello and Connect 4, so we're not talking about like anything crazy here, but there's also some cool original games on here. There's pool, Rabbids Party of Legends. Okay, here's the thing. I absolutely love party games, but am I the only one? Something about the design of these guys just kind of gives me the ick. I can't be the only one. That can't be that hot of a take. No, meh, no. Ah, okay, let's be honest. $55 for 3D World is not great. This is another one that I actually did own before, and I put a lot of good hours into Galaxy and Sunshine. Mario 64, for some reason, I just prefer to play on the 64, but I have to say the $55 price tag is turning me off a little bit. This one's gonna be a maybe. Ooh, Unravel 2 though. This is like a co-op adventure game.
Which doesn't matter to Caleb because he doesn't have friends.
And I am honestly embarrassed to say I don't remember if I have this or not. Does anyone else know? I know that we've seen this in a past video, and for $18, that's honestly a really good deal. I just cannot remember if I bought it or not. Oh, what is Temtem? Oh, okay. I think you guys may be thinking the same thing. This art style reminds me a lot of a little game I like to call Dark Souls.
That joke was stupid. Please unsubscribe.
Oh, apparently it's an MMO though, which kind of turns me off too. Ooh, Ori, however,
A video game about this channel.
turns me back on a little bit. Okay, Riff, you may need to cut that one out. Between you and me, you can leave it in and make a joke about it. Seriously though, a bunch of you guys have actually recommended this game in my comments. It's one of those that has just a gorgeous art style. It's like an adventure style game, and it's honestly making me feel better about not finding any limited run stuff because I've been really excited for this. I've never owned it before. We've got Dragon Ball Z up here, but honestly, you guys probably know I'm not a huge fighting game guy. Ooh, Capcom Fighting Collection. And folks, actually, the funny thing is, the combined cost of these 3 games is $99, which puts us just out of range to purchase the Mario 3D All-Stars today. So I'm gonna need to find something else on this shelf that's below $50 to buy as our final game. It was worth the 2-month wait. Folks, even though we may not have finished the list, I could not have asked for a better turnout to this video. Come here, Elsie. If you want to watch the video where I found my second favorite Switch game of all time, check out this one right down here, the beginning episode of the Mission Switch series, and Elsie and I will catch you guys on the flip.